Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Justin, and if you're into 3D printing, you're in the right place. Today, we're looking at the Elegoo Mars. We just got this. I have set it up already, and I've run a few test prints. And I'm going to go over a few of the things that we found out about it. So first of all, I did notice that we have a newer version. And the main difference that I'm aware of is that these screws on the build plate are bigger. Those used to strip out. Theoretically not a problem. So the big difference between FDM printers and resin printers is this part right here. This is the resin vat where you pour liquid resin into the vat, and there's a screen here, and it prints a whole layer at once using UV light and masking with the screen, and the build plate pulls up and out. That's the main difference between resin printers and FDM printers, but let's take a look at what came with this. There's the printer itself. It came with its head, which has attached build plate, which just connects right there. And then in this box, I've put the rest of the accessories that came with it. It came with a little scraper for prying the prints off the build plate when you're done. A few filters. These are paint filters for if you're putting the resin back in the bottle. You want to filter any possibly cured parts out so you don't have cured parts in your good resin. A pair of side cutters. This is good for cutting all the supports off your part. It came with a few masks. There is an odor when you're printing with resin printers, and the long-term effects are unknown, so it's nice to see it comes with a mask. A pair of gloves. One pair really isn't enough. You're gonna want a new pair every time you mess with the resin, so do yourself a favor, get a box of gloves. Little bag of extra screws, and Allen wrench in there, and an Allen wrench here. And a USB drive, because unlike other printers, you don't print to this directly from your computer or off SD card, you print off of a USB drive. And that plugs in not so conveniently right in the back. I'm planning to run an extension cable, and that'll make it a little bit easier. It is not very difficult to get going. Leveling the build plate is really easy. You just loosen these, you tell it to 0, and it comes down to the bottom. You put a piece of paper there, you hold it down, you tighten those. That's really all the adjustments you do out of the box. You plug it in, and you start printing. We have the printer on, and I just wanted to go through a couple of things. First thing is, when it's on, there is a fan, and it does make some noise. It's not too loud, but it's definitely there. And it's controlled entirely by this touchscreen right in the front. There's the tools, that's where you do your leveling and manual adjust of everything. And then there's the print button, which doesn't show anything now because you have to put the USB drive in. And then on this screen, you can see all your folders, you can browse down through, and when you see what you want to print, you can click on it, and it shows you a little diagram of what you're going to print. It's really nice. It's got this little screen, shows you all that. We'll go into more detail in a future video on all the rest of the controls and how you do everything. But it's really nice that it has that touch screen. Once you're ready to print, the resin goes in the vat. You put in your print file that you want to print, and then you don't forget to put the cover on. This will accomplish two things. One is it does help to contain the odor of the resin, but its main purpose is to keep UV light off the resin so it doesn't cure in the vat. This stuff cures by light. If you've got light coming in your room, it could cure it early. So I've done a few prints, and we did get two colors, a black and a clear red, and they both print really well. The red is the actual Elegoo branded, and that is supposed to work the best with the printers. The black is just more of a generic, but on both of them, the detail is just far better than you can realistically get on an FDM printer. Because this is an LCD based system, there are pixels. You really don't notice them unless you're looking for them. These are the test prints that came with the Elegoo Mars, so it's what they expect you to print to verify it's working. Then we went ahead and printed a Benchy. The detail is just crazy. Everything is so smooth. These took about 2.5 to 3 hours to print, and then there's a little bit of cleanup afterwards. Then I went and got myself a Tesla Cybertruck. This was a model I found on Thingiverse, and it failed the first few times I tried to print it because I was still figuring out what the best thing to do with the supports are. Supports did leave a whole bunch of marks on the bottom. That can all be sanded off, and then this would look amazing. From the top where there weren't any supports, it just looks amazing. It printed in a couple different pieces. There was the wheels, there's the truck, and there's axles. You just super glue the wheels on the axles, and then the wheels move. So I think that's gonna do it here for today on the resin printer. We'll definitely be back. I'm still playing around, still getting used to it, and I've got to figure out some more stuff. If you've got an idea of something that you want me to print off, then go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll check them out and I'll see if I can get them printed off, and then we'll come back with an update. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you in the next video.